Alright, begin, gentlemen. No regiments of renown, I've noticed. Apart from one. Don't want to turn into them. Good play. A bit tricky to focus on what's going on here because there's basically two separate battles going on.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll do my best to make sure you have an idea of what's going on. So, good cast. Oh, that could be a risk.
Hey guys,
Oh, who joins us?
Hi.
Hello.
it is Ice Power.
Oh, hi. Power. Glad you can make it. Don't believe we've had you here before.
Yeah, actually got whilst it was halfway through the session.
Hey, IcePower.
I
Yeah, man.
see.
Is
What
it-
brings you?
Dark Elf or High Elf faction focus?
It's a high elf faction focus today, and they're fighting their twisted kin in a very fitting first match. What brings you to this training session, Ice Power?
Still I'd pop
Hi,
in.
Sensei.
Just pop in and say hi.
Well, very glad you can make it, Ice Power. Always good to have experienced players arrive at these sessions. Can help me out with stuff, because I'm very much still a newcomer myself, even though I technically run these sessions. You know, I don't think I've ever seen those, what do they call them? The purple doom bolts, or whatever they call them. I don't think I've ever seen them miss before.
Yeah, those they normally home in.
Yeah, I think it was because
the regular ones don't miss, but Marathi's Doom Bolt on her item, it misses quite a lot when the unit sort of spreads out. So like say there's an archer who's like mid animation, and like at that time the archer was mid animation, the rest of the guys ran off. Then it'll go somewhere between the two of them, and it's really annoying.
I get
Okay.
what you're meaning. It was so if it was targeting the banner, but not the actual unit models. So
No, it goes somewhere in between the unit masses that it finds.
right.
That's the way I've found it works.
No.
Because very often if you're playing like a Dark Elf Death Star, you'll just pop it on skirmish cav right at the start of the battle just to get a few model kills.
I see.
And they may run like through their infantry, and that'll mean that the unit will get split up and it'll hit nothing at all. It's really annoying.
So
I think the build
Right.
was probably the worst part.
I
think
mean,
the lack of terror was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know much about the Hiles, so I'm going to defer to Red Legion on this. What would you say Mol Spaghetti could/should have done differently in this? Because it looked okay to me, and you played pretty well, apart from maybe when you the only thing I'll say that struck me as a little bit risky was when you threw Alariel into that last engagement where she
Yeah.
got herself killed.
Maybe if she was alive, that would have been better. Yeah.
Probably.
Let's see here. I actually have a similar build to this, like I took a while ago. It was like 2 swordmasters, some spearmen. I didn't have this much cav though. I had like 2 bolt throwers and like a manticore summon. And I think I had either like Teclis or Alariel. I forgot exactly. But I had that terror to kind of, it's always good to have terror, and here you're gonna need some. Also to combat with like scourge runners, you need to kill them pretty quickly, but also kind of don't
Yeah.
worry about them too much at the beginning. But they are definitely a threat, and Reaper Bolt Throwers actually do a good job of dealing with them. It's just this map was actually a little hard for you to kind of use them here. It's a little too compact and small, and so they would just kind of get it in your back line. But if you're able to defend them, they're actually really good, and I like them. Swordmasters, like, how much kills did they get? Again?
170 something, I think.
Quite well.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe cut 1 and just have 1, but also you could go 2. I mean, I like 2, just because the fact that why just bring 1 where they could just get absolutely focus fired and then have like another one that just tears shit apart. So maybe, I mean, you could go with one, but I think one's probably the best bet for you.
If you take one, it's just going to get magicked and missiled to death, and you won't get any value. Whereas if you take two, then one of them at least is guaranteed to get some value.
Yeah, what about just Rangers instead? I think they're less of a liability.
Yeah, the thing is, they lose to Blackguard Corsairs. Me and Ice Power faced off, and I used Rangers. They get pretty beaten pretty quickly if they don't have support from like Cav or something.
Well, yeah, but then I would have like a Silver Helm or something. Like I saw his
Yeah,
front line was.
if you're
Yeah.
able to support them, if you're able to support them in the front line, they do really well. But if you're not able to
Well-
support them and you're worried about like the Scourge Runners and all that stuff in the back line, then they're just gonna get you to pieces and your line's gonna get broken through.
Blackheart Corsairs have, I think Blackheart Corsairs have, what is it? They cost 50 points more, but and they actually have less health than Rangers, but they have much more armor than Rangers.
it's the
They
armor.
have
I mean, I thought the Swordmasters did okay in this battle. Like they're good against Witch
Yeah, for
Elves
sure.
and of course Dread Spears, but
Yeah. They're
I
good.
think maybe going
My-
wider would be better.
My issue with the Swordmasters is like, I don't think it's a good idea to try go toe to toe with Dark Elf infantry, simply because like a lot of Dark Elf builds are going to be sort of relying on their infantry here because they can't contest the cav fight because Cold War Knights suck.
What was your build again, Killerina? Could you bring up what you brought in the
Yeah.
last fight? All right, so you brought. Yeah,
Huge
that's
script.
one thing, but a thing you pointed out, Mole Spaghetti, is that Killerina didn't really bring much infantry. I mean, he brought 3 foot lords, well, foot characters, 3 dread spears, and 1 unit of witch elves. But all the rest was cavalry, skirmish cavalry, and skirmish chariots.
I have like 3 choices here. They go Manticore Summons, they go Deathcaster because Spirit Leech really messes up Scourge Runners, by the way. Or
Yeah.
they go Nets. Nets also mess up Scourge Runners.
Yeah, if you like bring a heavy focus kind of range build and you're able to net it with like, let's say like Tackless or just have the
Yeah.
mage, they could just like pummel and just focus fire them right off the bat.
I mean, I'm giving you guys the keys to defeating my main faction, but whatever. That's what this is for.
What spells did you bring for Alariel, by the way, Mole Spaghetti?
Faucet Protection, Earthblood, and Tempest.
Always
is
Tempest.
useful.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
battle, but yeah, it's
Tempest.
good insurance.
Invaluable whenever you're facing an opponent that has the capacity to bring a heavy flying force.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
I think most people don't take too much air versus high elves unless you maybe the counts, but it's still good.
Mm. I
Yeah,
also
can't
have a
try and
ferocious
get
deck
tough.
game.
I mean, dwarves do sometimes, so that's fun to Tempest
Yeah.
gyros.
Yeah, that can happen.
Dwarves sort of have to go gyros. Like, it's an awful matchup for dwarves.
High.
What do you guys think about Alariel's Star Dragon play in this matchup?
Definitely doable in this matchup for sure.
Yep.
So what's the army to support that then?
So you probably bring, Alariel on Eagle, Star Dragon. You probably
Yep.
want some Silver Helms. You don't really have to go Dragon Princes. Just make sure you have like more than 2 Silver Helms, because otherwise you're sort of going to get run over by Scourge Runners.
What about Reavers or Reaver Archers?
Reaver Archers are just a really good unit against Dark Riders. Dark Rider.
Actually- I made like 4 Rangers, 2 Spearmen. I had like Silver Helms, and I had 1 Archer, 2 Sisters of Avalor, and Alariel Star Dragon. And that was like a decent build. I just kind of played around that match, but I mean, it did
I'm
really
curious,
well. It's kind of like
why-
eliminating.
I'm curious why you take Sisters again in that matchup.
So Sisters actually are pretty good. I mean, I might have actually wanted to bring 1, but they actually were able to kill a crap ton of Cold One Knights, just volley after volley. And
Yeah.
I was able to get my opponent to try and blob up around and try and break through my front line, so I got a nice Dragon Breath attack. And then I kind of just killed all his Cold One Knights, sadly. And his Scourge Runners were left undefended. As soon as I broke his front line with Silverhelms rushing in, it was kind of over at that point. So
Yeah.
So
I
what
mean,
was that
I like
build again?
sisters, but like, you probably want net with them if you're gonna do that. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
for sure. I think if you're going sisters, take Techless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Star Dragon and sisters are maybe overkill. Because, like, what's the worst you're going to have to kill here is, like, maybe 2 Executioners or some Blackguard and Cold War Knights, which Cold War Knights suck. You don't really have to worry about them.
Is there any generic Lord builds that can work here, or is it best to go Alariel or Techless?
Or Techless,
Or,
probably best bets for you.
Fuck.
Personally, I think Silver Ends are a better choice than Phoenix Guard, like, most of the time.
Yeah.
Except for maybe, like, Vampire Counts.
Hmm.
I think Silver
Okay.
are good on vampire counts too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that. Higher leadership, higher armor.
They just don't die.
Yeah, Silver and Guard are a pain to deal with for anything that relies on cavalry. Given that the meta for vampire count is basically Blood Knights from horizon to horizon these days, I can see why that would be a thing.
try actually is White Lions
Yeah.
instead of Rangers, because White Lions have the perks
I was
of
just about to say that.
yeah,
What about them?
completely racking Corsairs, Dreadspears, Bleak Swords, anything short.
Yeah.
Well, they'll even put a dent in Blackguard because Blackguard Death Blobs can basically be used in most matchups.
Mhm.
And so you always need to have something to deal with that, whether it be Archer spam or a little bit of AP in your front line.
All right.
Really
What about this build? I
good
have
start.
1100 left. Is this halfway decent, or what should I change here?
Yeah.
I would grab a couple
What's-
archers just to
Yeah,
round
I'd grab
out.
some Loth and Sea Gods.
Yeah.
What spells do you have on Techless?
Nets, regrowth, and enfeebling foe.
Yeah, that's a good set, I think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And if you want, you could also drop a Reaper Bolt Thrower and upgrade your Archer to Lothern Sea Guard. I don't think it's like necessary to have like 2,
Okay.
but
Extra speed, maybe?
yeah, if you can afford it.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Cool.
The other thing is that if you see Dark Elf Foot Hero Blob, I think Killerino brought that actually.
Yeah.
He did. He
That's
did.
one of the big reasons you want a Star Dragon.
Okay.
So what you can do is, and this is like so cancerous, and I hate how high elf players for doing it, but net down, and then
Oh,
vertical.
fly
net
over.
back.
Is Kindle Flame necessary for that kind of?
I don't take Kindle Flame on Techless as a rule, but I don't know. What would that? Do breath attacks actually do fire damage?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
they
I
do.
think they do. Pretty sure they do.
All the
Wait, hold on.
high elf dragons do, at least.
Yeah, I'm looking at it
Yeah,
now.
it's
Causes
fire
fire damage. Same for the Sun Dragon and the Moon Dragon.
Something like this. Just one
Yeah.
Plague of Rust, maybe.
You know,
Hmm.
think about incorporating a noble actually in this sort of build.
On horse or on chariot?
For once on horse,
Yeah.
because he would actually like kill Squadron models if they came in for like cycle charge cheese, which is what Squadron is for, by the way.
Yeah. Scourge
That's sort of what makes them
Cycle
strong.
charge your front line.
It's like anything that can catch them, they shoot to death, and then everything else they can cycle charge to death. They're a big problem for high elves in this matchup.
Are there any questions you have about
Yeah.
any feedback you want about how it
First-
went?
first
'Cause
of
you
all-
did win.
Okay. My first question is about Star Dragon, how to deal with him. As my build is, I think I have really nothing about to deal with him. I lost engagement versus Dragon Princess.
Yes, Squadrons don't have the ammo to really kill a whole Star Dragon, especially if there's like a Lariel with Star and Earthblood and all that healing crap. Dark Riders do. The repeater crossbows are a great inclusion here. The sort of problem with repeater crossbows is it's quite hard to keep them safe against high elves because you can't win the mobility fight, and that's why you sort of have to go a little bit wider. The other thing, a great counter to Star Dragon is actually Canine Assassins.
Double Cannon Assassin or just one?
Yeah, so I would definitely take double K-Knight rather than K-Knight and Master if you're going for like a death block.
So double Cannon Assassin and Foot Squad?
Yeah,
You
so
mean heavy infantry without cavalry? Or just
Well-
take this cavalry and change Master to Assassin?
I like your Cav Core. I think it's really good. But I would change the Master to an Assassin, definitely. You need Web of Shadows, obviously.
On
I
the buff?
don't. Versus High Elves, I think the second one can cut the debuff. You know, the Assassin's Trophy.
Okay.
I think you don't need that on two of them. Just remember which one you have it on, so you don't waste like 30 seconds trying to find it.
So even if Star Dragon Brave attack on Morathi, I'm still able to kill him and just have in safe place Morathi?
Well, it's more like there's punishment for the Star Dragon if he goes in for it, really.
Do Master and Marathi on Pegasus win against the Star Dragon? Could that be a way to deal with it?
With Alariel, no.
It seems to me a very inefficient way to go because of Tempest.
True.
Yeah. Now, what you can do is go Marathi on her own and then like full skirmish and chill a Sontar. That is actually a very viable way to win this one. You know, you go 4 Scourgerunners, 3 Dark Rider repeater crossbows, Marathi in the air, maybe double Assassin on grounds, maybe not, I don't know. And then chill a Sontar, and then, I don't know, maybe some Cold War Knights and Dark Riders. That kind of thing is really fun, and it can work as well.
Oh god,
Yeah.
all those Scourge Runners is giving me PTSD.
As it should do. And then you sort of like hug together your little death blob with the Hydra. Because you don't hugely need infantry actually against high elves.
Domination am I looking at right now? What the hell is this supposed to be?
Just make sure you keep them kind of close to each other and don't like don't accidentally chase something with one of them and then get it isolated and killed. Because that's a tendency that happens to like a lot of players, and you could eventually just like collapse due to that.
Flanking Scourge is great, but just make sure you don't get cornered in the map. This build, you do need 1 or 2 crossbow Dark Riders as well. And just so you don't get Star Dragon cheesed. Because Scourge Runners, although they hit a lot, again, 4 of them may struggle to kill a Star Dragon and really punish it enough. Nets are a big problem here, but the key is to keep your Scourge Runners sort of separate so you don't get overcast netted and lose them all.
It's definitely going to be quite a bit of micro.
Yeah, this is a very high micro build, but it's really fun when you pull it off.
As a high elf, are you able to go without Star Dragon build?
Yeah, you can not take Star Dragon. But if Teclis is the same problem, then you can, you can go like nobles. But basically, you need something to kill like Malekith, if Malekith comes, and you need something to kill Chill Sontar. But that's more like archers and stuff.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of possibilities.
Well, I imagine a dragon would absolutely ruin the Chill of Sontar if it got into proximity with it.
I think it might be more of an even fight than you think.
Why is that? Is that because of its ROR status?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. As Dark Elves, never take the normal Hydra unless you've already got Chili Boy and you're taking 2. Because the actual leadership is actually a lifesaver. Yeah, no, I think Chili Boy, you still lose the Star Dragon, obviously, but I think he might do okay. If you just planted him on the ground and had them fight.
Yeah.
Obviously, with cycle charging and stuff, things get very bad.
Breath attacks.
Yeah, breath attacks.
If you're able to net it and then breath attack, it's gonna be tough.